and is now claiming that he's Korean and that he was born in the wrong body.
I know a lot of people don't understand me, but I do identify as Korean, and I do look Korean now. I do feel Korean. I don't identify as British, so please don't refer to me, any media or anyone.
Well, he's got a point. All right, friends, I'm gonna let you check out this video. We're gonna roll this one up real quick, but I want to let you know very quickly, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to the page and click the bell icon. Now, in this discussion, I'm gonna share my perspective with you about something that is happening in the world that we need to pay attention to. You know, particularly how the LGBT community like to speak about the way they feel and what they like to identify as, and how they need to be affirmed and respected and celebrated and promoted by the culture. I hear you. Now, what is going on? There are people who are now trying to identify as a different race than what they were born. And some people are taking this and saying it is wrong for them to feel that way. I'm beginning to say, I don't think they are wrong. You're going to see exactly what I say that. Now, let's go and we're going to listen to Jimin reacts to Oli London, right? Oli London is going to share why he is now identified as this Korean person. And I just want to acknowledge my YouTuber for sending this to me, for speaking to me about this. I'm gonna put your comment up there. Thank you for letting me know about this. I checked it out because you said something, so let's do a reaction video to this one. So I'm gonna react to another reactor here, so let's take a listen to this one.
And I've had 18 surgeries to look like Jimin, and I feel like I've nailed it. I'm almost there.
Hey guys, welcome back. Now today's video is pretty interesting if you ask me. So we all know who Oli London is, right? Even if you joined the fandom yesterday, you would probably already know who he is. But if you don't, this is who the weirdo is. He formed a huge obsession for K-pop, BTS, and just Asians in general. He literally wants to identify as a Korean guy.
안녕하세요. 저는 지민입니다.
This all happened just after he moved to Korea in 2012. He then claimed that Jimin stole his heart, and now he has paid over hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Jimin, he was on Dr. Phil. Interesting. Jimin had did what? Stealing his heart. She said in the reaction video that he's a weirdo. I don't think he is a weirdo. I think he's a realist. I'm gonna explain to you what I mean by that.
To look like Jimin, and the sad thing is, he doesn't even look like Jimin. But recently, it got worse. Oli performed a certain surgery to achieve Asian eyes and is now claiming that he's Korean and that he was born in the wrong body.
I know a lot of people don't understand me, but I do identify as Korean, and I do look Korean now. I do feel Korean. I don't identify as British, so please don't refer to me, any media or anyone online, as British.
That is correct. So you're gonna say, wait a minute, Pastor James, how are you gonna say this is correct? Well, it is correct. Here's the reason why. If the LGBT community can identify as women, can identify as gay, or whatever they want to identify, non-binary, right? They can make these claims and they want to be affirmed and respected in their position. Who are you to condemn this individual? Who are you to say that Oli is in the wrong? No, he or she is not in the wrong. He's doing exactly the same thing that the LGBT community has been doing, and we've accepted. And if we can accept the LGBT community for what they believe and what they claim to be, whatever that thing is, right? A male was born and say, oh my sex is I'm a male, but my gender is I'm a female, right? Because it's the way I feel. Well, he feels like he's a Korean. He feels like he should be just like this artist called Jimin. Is that Jimmy? Jimin? Anyway, that needs to be respected too. What I'm trying to say is we have to have a standard that applies for everyone. If the LGBT community argues all day about freedom for trans, freedom for this group, freedom for gay folks, freedom for this and that, fine. How come you taking his freedom away when he claims to be a different race? You're gonna say that's wrong. How is it wrong? Well, if it's wrong for him, it's wrong for you too. It's wrong for you to be a woman if it's wrong for him to be a Korean. That's my position on that.
Please don't refer to me, any media or anyone online, as British.
But before we dive deeper
Yeah,
into
absolutely.
the subject, make sure to hit the like button and stay tuned to see if you got a shout out. And let's get started. Oli London is currently being talked a lot right now, especially on talk shows, articles, and everything like that. And Oli London had a friend. I say had because they are no longer friends, but her name was Frenchie Morgan and they both liked BTS. She actually spilled the tea on Oli, and take a look.
I decided to cut Oli from my life 3 months ago. I need to clarify that I don't talk to Oli at all. I don't have any contact with Oli. When I met Oli 2 years ago, he was really nice. And then within a year, it starts changing and becoming extremely fake, like a snake, you know. So yes, Oli lied all the time. He lied to me. He lied about BTS. He lied to his mom. And he was trying to lie to Dr. Phil. That's why I came on a show with him, to make sure he wouldn't lie to him.
I see no lies in her video. I mean, Oli, he already seems pretty creepy, and if he's doing this for clout, that just confirms my point.
Doing it for clouds? No. He makes his position clear because that's just the way he feels. Remember, the same argument the LGBT community, your gay man, your transgender individuals, they say the same thing. If they can feel like a woman and appropriate womanhood, and that is respected in our society, and they are given a platform, they are given a whole Pride Month. So why can't Oli get the same respect is my argument. And you see, this is the slippery slope, because whenever anybody can identify as whatever they want to identify as, you no longer have a baseline to judge them. I can identify as a chicken. I can identify as a white man. I don't know if I'll be a good looking white man. I can identify as whatever, right? Because it's the way I feel. You see what I'm saying? You see how far this could go? You see how dangerous this ideology could be? And therefore, Oli is in the right and in term with what we say and how we give the same credence and respect to the LGBT community. Therefore, he is in the right. He has the right to be respected, and you can't take that from him.
Jimin is definitely not happy with the fact that someone is obsessing over him to this extent, and that's why Big Hit makes it very clear to not bring up Oli in interviews and to not feed into the attention that he is seeking. And what do you guys think about this situation? I mean, I feel like we all have the same opinion that it's very wrong, disrespectful, and not okay.
No, we don't all have the same opinion. Please don't speak for me. No, we don't. Because if you're gonna hold this opinion about Oli London for wanting to appropriate this Korean race of this artist, he assumes this race, and it's wrong. I'm gonna admit to you, it's wrong. Okay, but if it is wrong, since it is wrong, it's also wrong for the male trans. The trans community needs to be eradicated as well. The entire thing. Because we have to judge both systems and communities and groups of people by the same standard that we are judging this man. So if you're gonna judge him, you have to judge every other group who makes the same claim. Am I right? So if you're not going to do that for the trans community, leave him alone. Therefore, he is perfectly right in his position. Yes, Oli, you are a Korean person now. And what you claim to be, you identify as, I respect it for what it is. I disagree, but our culture says I'm supposed to respect it, so therefore I do. I hope I'm using a bit of sarcasm here to show you how ridiculous and how dangerous the slippery slope could easily be, how much of a bad thing this could be. That same argument could go as far as pedophilia. That same argument could go as far as to say, I feel like marrying your son, your little son and daughter who is 8, 9 years old, and I should have the right to do it. Do you get it? So it can anything goes, man. Anything goes. Who are you to judge me otherwise when you've affirmed other groups and you've given them the right to do what they do? And, you know, ministers, some of yous who are corrupt, go as far to marry these individuals. You can't judge Oli. You can't say anything about this. This is exactly what happens. You give them an inch, they take a mile. And that's exactly what happened. This is called the slippery slope. This is not going to stop. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. It's only going to get worse because we refuse to be true to ourselves. We're denying reality. We are denying science. We are denying our DNAs. We are denying experience and true history. We're denying everything. Everybody's making their own truth. They're making decisions based on their emotions and feelings. So who are we to say this person called Oli is wrong? Oli is perfectly fine. Leave Oli alone. Don't judge him. Yeah, man. Do you get what I'm saying? All right. Thank you so much for checking out this content with me. Make sure you like and subscribe. What's your perspective on this? I'm pretty sure there are many more cases like that. I like to bring those to the discussion so that people can understand this is how far we are headed. And hopefully this A train could come to a stop, which I highly doubt because only Jesus can stop this train from going to perdition. But that's my perspective on it. Let me know what you think. Until next time, remember as always to look unto Jesus and to live by faith. Have a good one. Bye.